Was there of being the accountant for Floyd Mayweather for a number of years. Just residences making 100, 200 grand here or there, $50,000 not going to affect. But for those large investors, obviously that's becoming very concerning, because if you've got a building, big mall or something else, it could be worth $100 million. All of a sudden you've got a $10 million profit on there that's now going to be taxed at 37 or 40 versus 20 to 24. Huge difference. So that's the biggest one people are keeping their eye on.
Dang, Floyd Money Mayweather. Man, wow, y'all around here getting Rolexes, not paying for them. Man, y'all got stacks of money, owing jewelers money.
In a stunning development that has sent shockwaves through both the sports and financial communities, Floyd Mayweather's personal accountant has made explosive claims regarding the boxing icon's alleged D-money troubles, despite a career marked by staggering earnings and a famously lavish lifestyle. Mayweather is reportedly facing an eye-watering debt of $500 million, known for flaunting luxury cars, private jets, and multi-million-dollar mansions. The money persona he built over decades is now under scrutiny. As these revelations surface, fans and analysts are left questioning how one of the highest-paid athletes in history could end up in such deep financial turmoil, and whether more secrets about his empire are yet to be revealed.
Doing there.
Money Mayweather. That's awesome. So you mentioned said not to get in their lives. I have to tell this. I remember as I think it was a teenager. Yeah, I was going to college. I didn't go all the way through, but the criminal justice teacher told us when you do your taxes, if you're dealing drugs, that you should end up putting you're a salesperson. I don't know about that firsthand, but I just remember
that's how it's classified.
He specifically said, he kind of looked at everybody, he's like, for those of you guys, it's a salesperson. And I was like, all right, but no, man, I got asked. So Money Mayweather, what was that like? Just
absolutely great experience. We had a great time doing his work. Problem is as the manager goes, so does the CPA. So when he changed managers, we ended up getting kicked to the curb.
Accountant Dave Hall attributes Mayweather's financial woes to his relentless spending and poorly advised investments. Though the boxer amassed hundreds of millions from his fights and business deals, his love for opulence, multiple estates, and an expansive fleet of luxury cars drained his fortune rapidly. Matters worsened with high-risk investments made without proper financial guidance, many of which failed, deepening his economic distress.
Okay, so Money Mayweather is jabbed by the IRS here. What happened? Well, he took a large S-corp deduction for legal expense. The merits of that didn't even matter because he missed his appeal deadline of the denial. His accountants and lawyers screwed up, so the tax court said, hey, you were too late appealing this. You got to pay us back all the tax plus penalties plus interest. Moral of the story, pay attention to the deadlines on the IRS letters. Really sad they didn't do it in this case, with considering the armies of lawyers and accountants he has. So pay attention, hit your deadlines on audit, otherwise you're going to lose the appeal.
But he said the only thing I have to have as a billionaire, I got to have a private jet. He was like, that's the best. He said that's the best main thing.
That's not what Warren Buffett got, a private jet. So me and Warren Buffett is sitting down like this in a dressing room one time, right before one of my fights, and I'm talking to him. I'm talking to him we talking about jets. I'm talking about my jet. At that particular time, I think I had 2 jets at that time. The next thing you know, this man tell me he got, I think, 540 jets. You gotta think he owned net jets, if I'm not mistaken. So he had like 500 and some jets. So he really showing out.
Yeah.
So, but it's just that when you've been living this life for so long, I think it's normal, but when people go on social media, they post, when I post, they get mad.
Paul disclosed that behind Floyd Mayweather's public image of confidence and invincibility lay deep personal struggles. Despite his fame, wealth, and unbeaten record, Mayweather reportedly grappled with emotional challenges that were hidden from public view. His experience underscores the mental and emotional toll that success at the top can take, revealing that even the most celebrated athletes are not immune to personal hardship.
Something that many people, it's public knowledge, not sharing anything that's not out there, but something many people don't realize is he suffered a lot through his life with depression. It's something that he's struggled with mentally. And with that, we saw some of the progress and growth that he went through, some of the struggles that he was facing. And to have a lot of respect for someone that goes out there and pushes it every day and tries to be a better person.
Yeah, I got Did he have the $20,000 in sides at the restaurant, Wolf of Wall Street? They cure cancer?
Steve Marano, a former business associate of Mayweather, shed light on the rapid pace at which wealth can vanish, even for billionaires. He pointed out that despite earning over $1 billion during his career, Mayweather's extravagant lifestyle may be steadily depleting his fortune. Marano emphasized that someone earning millions annually could still face financial problems if they spend excessively each month, especially when factoring in taxes and other financial responsibilities.
Mayweather is the most successful boxer in history with a 50-0 record and one of the wealthiest athletes of all time with $1 billion in earnings. But I bet you didn't know it all started with a $750,000 bet on himself. Here's the wild story. In 2006, Floyd Mayweather was 10 years into his boxing career and earning over $5 million per fight. At the time, Mayweather was signed to Bob Arum's Top-Rank Boxing promotion, a partnership which saw Arum get 25% of Mayweather's fight purse. But Mayweather wanted more, and in 2006, he turned down $8 million to fight Antonio Margarita and said he deserved $20 million to fight Oscar De La Hoya. Arum wasn't happy and wouldn't pay up, so Mayweather paid the $750,000 exit fee in his contract to leave Top Rank. Mayweather then went on to promote his own fights, earning a percentage of every ticket, hot dog, and beer sold at the event, and most importantly, all pay-per-views sold. And just 1 year later in 2007, after leaving Top Rank, Mayweather made $25 million for his win against Oscar De La Hoya. Now that's what happens when you bet on yourself.
In Mayweather's case, monthly expenses could reportedly reach several $1 million. When taxes and the upkeep of multiple luxury properties are added, even vast wealth can diminish quickly. Marano warned that without careful financial management, consistent high spending even for someone as wealthy as Mayweather could lead to serious financial risk, particularly in the face of unexpected legal or business issues.
But he said the only thing I have to have as a billionaire, I gotta have a private jet. He was like, that's the best. He said that's the best main thing.
That's not what Warren Buffett got, a private jet. So me and Warren Buffett is sitting down like this in a dressing room one time, right before one of my fights, and I'm talking to him. You know, we talking about jets. I'm talking about my jets. At that particular time, I think I had 2 jets at that time. The next thing you know, this man tell me he got, I think, 540 jets. You gotta think he owned net jets, if I'm not mistaken. So he had like 500 and some jets. So he really showing out.
Yeah.
So, but you know, it's just that when you've been living this life for so long, I think it's normal, you know. But you know, when people go on social media, they post. When I post, they get mad.
In a recent interview, Steve Marano addressed Mayweather's extended stay in Dubai, revealing it was linked to a major business venture in gold mining. This narrative counters earlier allegations by Javona Davis, who claimed Mayweather was stranded in Dubai over unpaid debts. According to Marano, the trip was a calculated business move, not a sign of financial distress.
Floyd in a minute. But, you know, I'm tight with his right-hand man, my man, S-Mac. I knew S-Mac for 25 years. I tried to call him and figure out what was good with it. He didn't get back to me yet. And I'm sure even if he did get back, he probably don't want to speak on it. Look, they got him over there. That's obvious. We know you've been there a month or whatever, and they say it's over some money. So Floyd got money, so he just better hope they don't take it legal. They saying that he owes some people money out there for the transaction that didn't go through, and he's supposed to get back that money. But out there it's different. The rules is different. It ain't like here where you got a civil court. So I don't know the rules, I don't know the regulations. So
although Mayweather is not officially imprisoned, Marano revealed concerning details about his situation in Dubai. Reportedly, Mayweather's passport has been confiscated, restricting his ability to leave the country until a financial dispute is settled. While he is staying in a luxurious 6-star hotel, the inability to travel freely suggests a form of detainment. That underscores the seriousness of his circumstances.
Kidnapped out there, they got Floyd Mayweather, like...
Well, I didn't say kidnapped, but you know, you got your passport taken. You can't come and leave when you want to go, but he ain't in jail, so he's out in a 6-star hotel being Floyd, so I guess it ain't that bad, but we'll see. We're going to watch and see like everybody else.
That's crazy. I mean, when you think of Money Mayweather, you thinking like Floyd may have like $1 billion or something.
He did. He made $1 billion plus. Floyd made a lot of money. And I don't really know Floyd's business, so I'm not going to speak on Floyd's business, but Floyd's very, very, as the world knows,
Mark Connell's claims about Mayweather's unchecked spending are consistent with the boxer's recent extravagant purchases. For his 48th birthday, Mayweather reportedly bought a 145-carat, diamond-encrusted watch worth £1.4 million from Pristine Jewelers in New York. This lavish gift, tailored specifically for him, reflects his continued indulgence in luxury. A resurfaced video also shows him carrying $1 million in cash and wearing an $84 500 watch, raising fresh concerns about the sustainability of his spending habits.
How much is it?
$1.8 million.
$1.8 million watch.
$1.8 million, dude?
You're the first to see it.
That's insane. That
1A is high. 18 life.
That happy birthday, champ.
That's how we doing.
That is sick, dude.
Wow. You gotta show him what he say.
Money green.
No,
Hold on. This watch was made specifically for the champ, Floyd Money Mayweather. 101 piece.
One of one.
Money team.
Can we see it on him?
Yes, sir.
That one of one.
$1.8 million.
It's a one of one. I love that.
Having fun, living life, making power moves every day. As you guys can see my plaque right here for my buildings. Check it out. Truly blessed, hustling hard, making power moves. That's what I do. I always got to treat myself. A little gift. Now you guys seen this Himalaya, and this is what we do. Dior, another one, Money May, and you guys know the rest.
While showing off his wealth, Mayweather is also facing legal trouble. A $4 million lawsuit from Miami-based jeweler Leonard Solomonov, owner of Lenzo & Company, filed in August 2024. The suit alleges that Mayweather and his brand, The Money, Team TMT, obtained luxury watches and diamond jewelry without full payment. Solomonov claims he met Mayweather in June 2021 at the Fontainebleau in Miami Beach and sold him high-end pieces from brands like Audemars Piguet, Richard Mille, Patek Philippe, and Rolex, though the partial payments totaling $167,000 were made. The remainder, nearly $4 million, was never paid. He also accuses Mayweather's agent of coercing him to surrender his phone for privacy. During the deal,
Miami-based jeweler claims retired world championship boxer Floyd Mayweather Jr. owes him nearly $4 million for high-end watches and diamond jewelry he purchased back in 2021, according to a new federal lawsuit. Suing Mayweather and his company, the Money Team TMT, for violations of the Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organization Act, RICO, along with counts of fraud, civil conspiracy, breach of contract, unjust enrichment, and civil theft, among other allegations. Meaning y'all stole my shit. Got it. The suit, which was filed in Miami Herald Court on August 23rd, also names rapper Tyga, real name Michael Ray Stevenson, for allegedly failing to pay for a Rolex. This action arises out of a pattern of predatory, unfair, improper, fraudulent, and unscrupulous practices through which defendants use the plaintiff's reputation, business, and inventory to systemically steal and convert the plaintiff's watches and jewelry to their own without paying the full and fair price.
While showing off his wealth, Mayweather is also facing legal trouble. A $4 million lawsuit from Miami-based jeweler Leonard Solomonov, owner of Lenzo & Company, filed in August 2024. The suit alleges that Mayweather and his brand, The Money, Team TMT, obtained luxury watches and diamond jewelry without full payment. Solomonov claims he met Mayweather Mayweather in June 2021 at the Fontainebleau in Miami Beach and sold him high-end pieces from brands like Audemars Piguet, Richard Mille, Patek Philippe, and Rolex, though the partial payments totaling $167,000 were made. The remainder, nearly $1 million, was never paid. He also accuses Mayweather's agent of coercing him to surrender his phone for privacy during the deal.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. I mean, we all know him, the tremendous, talented boxer, but people don't realize how smart he is in business, especially real estate. He just did a blockbuster deal, forget about it. Upper Manhattan, 1,000 units, consisting of 60 buildings, affordable housing, $402 million purchase price. The seller, Black Spruce Management. This is going to be a monster, huge deal. Already a very big portion of it already closed. The remaining portion should be closing the beginning of 2025. This is a guy who believes in long-term wealth, generational wealth. He's heavily involved in skyscrapers. Now he's getting very, very big in affordable housing in Upper Manhattan. Tremendous deal. $402 million. Once again, 1,000 units, 60 buildings. Forget about it, Maron. That's what I'm talking about. That's smart. That's generational wealth, in my opinion. Not financial advice, not a financial planner, but very, very impressed. Floyd Mayweather Jr. Not too shabby. V for victory.
Efforts to verify Mayweather's real estate claims have only deepened the mystery. A representative from his business ventures insisted the purchases were legitimate, but refused to provide an official statement. During one call, a man identifying himself as James McNair joined in, but his voice didn't match earlier recordings of McNair, adding further doubts about the authenticity of the claims and increasing skepticism around Mayweather's portfolio.
What's the point of buying 62 buildings? You buy a couple.
No, 62 units, I think, right?
No, 62 units could be one building.
Yeah, it could be.
They got buildings with 90 units and 100 and some units.
He has 62 multifamily units. That's what it says. So that's 62 buildings. Like I said, it's probably
so
62
think about
buildings.
it. If he has that, some of the buildings might not be in the best condition.
Right.
So knock it down and build, or knock, if they're side by side, knock both of them down. Don't renew rents. Let them move out and then build a skyscraper.
Or if he makes commercial properties out of some of those.
That's what I'm saying.
Sports analysts such as Shannon Sharp have not held back in criticizing Mayweather's continued pursuit of exhibition boxing matches, which they say are more about generating income than offering real competition. Sharp argues that these events are primarily for entertainment value and lack the authenticity of true boxing matches.
I'm sure he could be 60 years of age and people would still pay per view to watch him box.
So the allure is still there.
Yeah.
They want to see Floyd get beat, even if it's somebody that's not a name that a YouTuber did something that a world champion couldn't do.
Yeah. Didn't.
Yes.
No.
But I saw Floyd Mayweather get knocked down.
But at what point does Floyd have enough money not to stoop to do these exhibitions? But at some point there is athletic dignity attached to 50 and 0. And that's the allure of this. It's the equivalent of, okay?
And the people that they're putting him in there with, they put him in harm's way. So he doesn't see I just, like you said, I watched this ruckus on Twitter. I was like,
what?
Like, oh my goodness.
Okay.
It definitely was like WWE.
Sharp compares Mayweather's exhibitions to scripted performances akin to professional wrestling, claiming fans are more interested in seeing him lose than watching a genuine bout. He believes these fights damage both Mayweather's reputation and the sport's integrity. Sharp pointed specifically to the bout with Logan Paul, calling it undignified for a fighter of Mayweather's stature and accusing him of shamelessly chasing paychecks.
Get back?
Yep.
Does this man have no shame?
No.
Is he not easy money Mayweather now?
Get that money.
Yeah, get that money.
He'll pick up either 15, 20 mil.
He was a highly respected champion.
Still
He
is.
dominated the sport.
Yes.
Greatest defensive fighter ever. And you're going to stoop to this?
Yep.
It's not even the right Paul. It's not Jake Paul. It's the older
We get
brother.
the brother. We get the brother.
He's
then.
easier.
Look, I was like, I started with the moment Nate Robinson hit that canvas face first. I'm like, who can we nominate as an athlete to get our get back? I looked at James Johnson.
Okay, but it's not Jake. It's the older brother.
I want somebody.
Somebody?
Brandon Marshall. Our first things first, Brandon Marshall. But I'm going to tell you who good with their hands and you might not know. Curtis Martin.
So what?
And we want our get back. That's what. So what?
So you want Curtis Martin to fight Jake Paul?
I want him to fight something. We go get our get back. Y'all nothing to have bragging rights.
This isn't even a fight. This is an exhibition.
No, I know what happens.
How low can you go?
Skip, I know you over there. You like, yeah, we got him. We got him. You know, no. We go get our get back. This for the culture. We got to represent. Money, represent.
Represent?
Yep. Lump him up.
You represented against Conor McGregor, and it was a worthy fight. It was actually a battle.
We gonna lump him up. Yeah, we gonna lump him up.